think maybe about, I don't know how long I've been doing this, probably 35 years. I think maybe 2/3 into my career, I realized that I hear music a little differently, and I count things a little different. Count, measures different. Whereas maybe the bass player would count, you know, uh, 2 bars of four, 4 and 4, where I would maybe count it as, 1 bar of 8, but he'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count straight through. It doesn't matter, but we just have a different perception. I notice that I wake up before my alarm clock goes off. It's like my body knows when it's time for me to wake up. Even if I set my alarm, like the night before and, forget about it, I'll still wake up 5 minutes before the alarm clock goes off. I feel like my body pulses at 60 beats per minute, So there's all kinds of strange, little things that come with being a drummer. I think we can feel time. We're a lot more sensitive to pulse and timing than other people or other musicians. That's what makes us drummers.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Totally agree, man. I think, the drummer, he keeps the band together, If you have like a good drummer playing and you have like a good guitar player or a good bass player, you just can feel the flow and follow the drummer, when you have a good drummer, and just, it's different, the way you count the beat and the groove. I think the drummer is like the guy who brings the real groove to the music. Even other musicians, they can get the groove, but drummer is different. You just feel, like you have the dynamics and I don't know, man. It's something different.
Yeah, if the rhythm is complicated, and we have to really we have to teach ourselves the rhythm. Yeah, those are the limitations right there. But I feel that really, I don't know about you, but when I hear a rhythm, I sometimes don't have to learn it exactly how that drummer's doing it. I'll hear it and I'll make my own interpretation of that drum beat. And it may not be the same, exactly the same, but it'll be a variation. And that's what makes it your custom, your own style. So limitations, really, there isn't. I think the only limitation is, again, if it's a very complicated drum pattern where you have to sit and learn every single piece.
Yeah, man. I have lots of limitations. I guess. I mean, I try to do what I do best. When I'm trying to, writing music with the band. I'm not gonna try to do something that is really difficult for me. Like play some complicated patterns. Just I try to feel the music and try to make the best I can on the best I can do. Dave Lombardo has been my main influence ever since the beginning till nowadays. Everything he's done to me is perfect. I'm not saying it's not about being the fastest or the most technical. It's just about his feeling, the way he plays with dynamics, his power, his personality. You can hear anything he's done from the beginning until now, and you can tell it's him playing. Even without, you can take the band out and just hear to his drums. You can tell it's Dave Lombardo. To me, that's the most important thing. To have your own identity. And just do whatever you feel like doing. Follow the flow of the song and the music.
He mentioned something earlier, which was interesting, and something about overplaying, and that's very important. I think drummers there's a lot of drummers out there that feel that they need to overplay, and they forget what the riff, what the guitar part is saying, what it's singing, how is it speaking. And the drums need to complement the guitar riff, not overpower, the guitar riff. It should complement one another, and I think that's what's going to carry the music.
Yep.
The whole song is that drum pattern and the pulse. But you have to, if you put drum rolls, you have to be very tasteful.
Exactly.
Okay, this is important right here because it builds the next part. And then here's a roll to change the next section. If it's slower, you do a slow drum roll, or sometimes even a fast one. Just how creative you want to be. It's like using different colors when you're painting. If the sun, if you want it to look more orange or more yellow or faded, you use different, obviously rhythms, as in colors or patterns, it's a good point. You don't want to overplay.
Yeah, I hear a lot of the new bands, especially like extreme death metal bands, you see some good guys, really good drummers, but they play sometimes too much, like too many notes or too many symbols, whatever, and makes just a blur, a mess, And lots of those drummers, you hear the CD, drums, really tight, perfect, and loud and clear. You see the guy playing live, it's just like, we don't even hear the guy, because he doesn't have the power,
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
Maybe it's those new bands or those new drummers, they should step back a little bit and try to play more organic, use like more, natural sound and play more with fun, not just trying to be the fastest or the most technical, whatever,
I feel like music, or at least, I don't want to be that guy, but I can't help but think that a lot of metal today needs more creativity on the part of drummers and guitar and the musicians in the band. It needs to be creative. That's what kind of fuels everybody. At least other musicians. When you hear somebody doing something different, it inspires you. And it just seems like these days that there's not much inspiring going on.
How did you guys in Philm? You guys write music jamming? Like, maybe that's the secret, Because nowadays, not many bands they don't jam anymore.
No, just like one guy.
One guy.
Well, here's my song.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then he tells you, I want it like this. I want it with this drum pattern that this drummer did in 1991, and then I want this other drum pattern from someone else. With Philm, we'll go into a room. We'll go have coffee. We'll have dinner, lunch, whatever.
Have fun.
We play. We press record, and just start playing. And sometimes I call them like in a session. Let's say we'll date the session. What's today? February 3rd. February 3rd, 2015. And then in that session, it'll be maybe 30 minutes long, and we'll find maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes of a piece, and we'll take that and we'll create a song around it. And that's how this band is. And I haven't found other musicians that I could work like that. And I think it's special. I think that's what makes this band.
I have many influences, like when I was younger and learning how to play drums, I was listening to AC/DC, playing air drums to AC/DC, and then, Deep Purple, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all those classic metal bands. And then I got to know first Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and then Show No Mercy, and then everything changed, It's like, man, that's the real deal, And I was trying to play faster, trying to play the skank beat, and then trying to play the double bass, whatever. The fuse was a huge influence for me, his fuse. A lot of people talk a lot about his, speed, but his fuse are the best, and you can never get in the metal scene, man. It's just like so creative and powerful and fast and groovy, everything, so it's. And then, he was the guy who brought me to, trying to play the fast and the more aggressive stuff,
Yeah, I was influenced by exactly the same bands, Judas Priest, AC/DC.
Yeah.
I used to play along to AC/DC.
Yeah, amazing.
You know, play along to Judas Priest, Motorhead, Iron
Yeah,
Maiden.
Motorhead. Yeah.
And then life took a left turn for us, for Slayer. Then we got into punk. And that's when it changed everything. Then I started feeling the music a little different because it was faster. Dun, 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 dun. But you put a double bass. It's a typical Cuban salsa kind of introduction to the chorus or a verse or something. So that's where my influences came from, of the Cuban, the music when I was growing up that I used to listen to. And I also play congas, so I kind of understand the patterns. And a teacher didn't teach me how to do drum rolls. I taught myself. So that's how I came up with creating my own.
So you start with the left
I
hand?
start with the left.
All
I'm
right.
left-handed.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
throw
no,
left.
figure. The same with the kicks, right?
Sometimes I'll start with the left. Sometimes I'll start
Wow.
with the right. Yeah. Most of the time with the left.
All right.
Yeah. Or sometimes
Amazing.
I'll start twice on the right. So, dun, 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 dun. You know, start like that. Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah, guy.
dun, 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 dun. I'll start like that.
crazy, man.
It's a little different. It's a little different approach.
Do you think that the fact you are left-handed
That
drummer,
helps too, yeah.
it helps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And you're
I'm
playing a
playing,
right-handed drum
and I'm
kit.
just going
yeah,
like this with the tongue.
exactly.
Do,
Yeah.
do, 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 digga, 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 you know. So that, yeah, that's a big part of it. People don't understand what I do because they think, oh, he plays a right-handed drum set, so they think I start with my right hand. I don't. I start things with my left hand because when I went to when I was in 4th grade, I was in the marching band in school, and you know the drum guy, the drum teacher, that was the only lessons I had, which was a half of a year in 4th grade. I went to school and I held the drumsticks in a left-handed traditional way, and he saw me and he was like, no, switch it. You're gonna learn the right way. So he switched me. So that was perfect because I still kept my left-handed instincts, you know, writing, eating, throwing the ball. Everything's still left-handed, but I play a right-handed drum set. The drummer in Faith No More is the same way. He's left-handed. Puffy, Mike Borden.
Yeah, yeah. But he plays open hand.
He plays
Yeah.
open.
Like me, I'm left-handed, but I play open hands.
Oh,
so,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
With
good.
the right and the hi-hat
Really?
here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you have the hi-hat on the right, on the left?
No, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
Gotta play-
the ride?
No, the ride and the hi-hat. Like Gene Hoglan,
Oh,
like
really?
the Faith No
Yeah,
More
yeah.
guy. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You know, because when we were starting the band, I figure I had to play in a left-handed drum kit, but
Yeah.
we were sharing drum kits every night. Was a pain in the ass, you
Wow.
know. Every night I was like, man, I have to try something different, you know.
Right,
Then I
right.
adapt, like using the ride and playing open hands like this,
Yeah.
you know.
It's cool.
It helps, you know.
Would you like to ask him some question? Because I'm done with my
I have so many questions, but right now I don't wanna.
It's like, what do you
Yeah, yeah. About the shows, you're gonna play with one bass drum.
One bass drum, one tom, one floor tom.
Yeah, no, because I saw like you guys playing. I guess was in
A video?
a live video. You were playing with the two bass drums, right? In
Yeah, there's been a couple times.
the
that I
rainbow.
brought- Yeah, I brought
the
two
party.
bass drums
All right.
in for that
So-
show. You see, I'm experimenting.
Right.
I took away, when I started this band, I took away the other bass drum. I eliminated bass drum number 2 and just focused on a single bass drum. And all the toms, I took everything away just to reteach myself, you know,
Right.
relearn the drums, but in a different way. And it helped me be more creative,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
with this band. Because now I have to think of different ways to do like certain patterns instead of with the double bass drum
Yeah.
or other toms. I have to
Right.
think of just, okay, I got 2 toms, snare and a kick. How do I do this? You know, so it's challenging.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, but our new songs for the next album, for the third album,
Right.
has some double bass in it,
All right.
but just a little bit,
Okay.
not too much.
Yeah, because people, they want to
Exactly.
hear.
They
Ah,
want to
come
hear,
on, man.
Lombardo,
Yeah.
come on, don't take the double
Even
bass
though,
away
like,
from me.
the Fire from the Evening Sun, the drumming is amazing. I mean, the songs, the music it's killer, man. There's a lot of fast stuff.
Yeah.
We play like the Blue Dragon song. We play some
Yeah.
blast beats with one foot, like tick, tick, tick,
Dude,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so creative.
It's
Yeah.
like drum and bass.
Yeah.
I call that like a drum and bass style of music, or
Right.
drumming, which is funk played very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a big difference from playing acrylic drum
Uh-huh.
kit to a wooden drum
Yeah,
kit like
yeah,
this
it's
song?
different.
Yeah.
The acrylic drums have a very plastic sound,
Right.
you know, and of course the wood kit has a warmer, much warmer sound. The acrylic kit is very sterile. It has a very distinct sound. I recorded 2 albums on an acrylic kit, the first 2. The
Right.
next one, I'm going to record it on a wood drum set.
All right.
The third one, just to get a different sound.
All right.
Always experimenting.
Yeah. It's just one thing I like to say, man.
Yeah.
I love everything you've done, in your
Except.
whole career. No, even no, except
You're like, I like everything you've done, but
just-
this one album sucks.
that album, Power of Inner Strength,
Oh,
to me is a lesson.
That's-
Like that album is like for everything, like the double bass, the groove, the speed, everything is there, man. So
yeah.
perfect, man.
That album, I love that
And
album.
you're not thinking about getting a Grip Inc.
No, the
back
singer
together?
died.
Yeah, I know.
Gus died.
Yeah, Gus.
I thought about getting another singer, but it's very difficult to replace Gus.
Yeah.
his
He was
voice.
he was amazing.
He was an
Yeah.
amazing singer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And,
And he was part of the personality of the band. Like you would
Was.
hear, that's why it's a big loss in the metal scene.
Yeah.
Like because we had this band, Dave Lombardo's band, and it's so unique, different from all the rest.
Yeah.
Like Philm, it's different
it's
from
different.
everything else.
I wanted to do that after Slayer. After I left Slayer in '92, I wanted to create something heavier.
I was
I
so
mean, Slayer
happy,
was
man.
Slayer was heavy, but when Grip
Yeah.
Incorporated came
Oh,
out,
it's
if you
just
listen
like
to Divine Intervention
Yeah.
and you listen to Grip Incorporated, it's.
I think Grip was ahead of your time. Like
Yes. Back
was,
then, when Grip came out, Grip Incorporated came out, the metal scene was Korn,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Cold Chamber, all these, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
hip-hop
I know.
metal
Yeah,
bands.
yeah.
That's what was happening.
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
So when I came
Exactly, yeah.
out, they
yeah.
it's just metal. It's not new metal.
Yeah.
It's like,
To tell you the truth, man, when I bought the CD, the Grip Inc., Power of Inner Strength, through a party, I was so happy that Lombardo was back and doing this killer band, killer songs. Like, man, I call my friends, man, let's celebrate and drink some beers, man. Seriously, man. Yeah, I'm a huge fan, man.
That's cool.
And
Thank
I was
you.
so happy, man, to see you were back and better than ever, man.
Still going.
Yeah, fucking amazing. Yeah, that album is a lesson, man.
I love
yeah.
that album. It's good.
All the albums, like
Thanks.
Incorporated.
That one's good.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Awesome.
it, man. Yeah. All right, brother.
Cool.
Such a
Thank you.
pleasure
Thank
to
you.
meet you finally, man.